Hey my lovelies, welcome back to another video if you are a subscriber, and welcome if you are new. Welcome to Under the Dryer, where it is just a accumulation of my love for hair in a virtual space. That's the best way to put it. Cool. Introductions out the way. Welcome to my 20-month lock update and retwist. This is an overdue update. I know I said in the last update that I would come back with an update for you, and I would only come back with an update when I felt like there was an update. I don't know who I thought I was when I was saying all of that, because there has been things that has happened, but because life has lifed, as it is being a young adult, I just haven't come back to update you all on my hair. So let's do it. First and foremost, when it comes to retwisting, I now use just big crocodile clips. I got really sick of retwisting with metal clips, and it produced more tension for me at the root, and when it was drying with the metal clips, I just didn't feel as if it was allowing me to retwist and leave my locks in a position when they're drying that I was comfortable with, if that made any sense. Because for me, I'm a busy girl, okay? I'm not just going to retwist and sit there and wait for it to dry. Sometimes I might sit under a dryer, but sometimes I might just allow the clips to stay in, get on with other stuff during the day, come back a bit later, maybe a couple hours later, and then take them out, right? And whenever I retwisted with metal clips, it was just so uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, so uncomfortable. And the tension was just becoming too much for me. So I ended up changing to crocodile clips, and I think also part of the reason for that is because my locks are thicker now. Metal clips sometimes don't even hold my locks in the position that feels right and feels comfortable, like I just mentioned. So there's that. Second of all, I am not hung up on retwists. Now, it might just be because of the benefits of being later in my lock journey. I'm not hung up on the retwists. And just before I go forward, my products that I use for my retwist will be linked down below in the description box. I basically haven't really changed my products. I've kind of kept this the same. But again, I've been 20 months locked. I've got to a point now where I just don't want to keep trying new products. If anything, I want to only try variations of products that I like, if that makes sense, like different versions. I'm not going to try something completely new. It's not my style. But let's just quickly break it down. So I love rose water. Rose water is my goat. It is my absolute goat. And I like to mix that with the As I Am Jamaican black castor oil. I think it's a refresher spray, something like that. I think that's the title, but again, I'll link it down below. I like to mix that together in a spray bottle and use that as kind of like my daily moisturizer. And then when it comes to my retwisting, I think it's called Africa's Best hair gel. That has never failed me. I've had no build up. It's been a great hold, and I can also wash it out when I go to wash after my retwist, like a couple weeks after. So when it comes to my locks now, I listen to my hair a lot. I think going through the starter lock phase, you try and follow a lot of rules. You try and, do what people do on the internet, Lock University on YouTube and other places of the internet. And I have got to that point where I am now only wanting to share what I know with my locks, because I've gone through it, rather than starting at the starter lock phase and acting like an expert, especially if it's your first set of locks. Let's not act like you know everything before you start, because no one does, right? So for me, I decided to come at this from, look, I really want to, combine the knowledge I know about hair science as well as locks, and understanding what locks are and how they blossom into a beautiful set after a certain amount of time of growing them. But I didn't want to do that and feel disingenuous. So I decided, let me go on my journey. Let me learn what I know about my hair and what works for me. And then from there, combine that with the scientific knowledge that I have, and then go from there and create great content. So now I think I'm ready to talk about my locks. Now I think I'm ready to really talk about the journey, talk about things that I've learned. And I think for me, one of the things I've learned is to listen to your locks. It's really easy to listen to the internet, like I said, but you have to move from that. You have to move away from that. It's not sometimes the best recommendations. because I remember seeing somewhere during my starter lock phase on the internet of, oh, don't wash your hair for 3 months. Honey, if I didn't wash my hair for 3 months, all of that build up would be detrimental to my hair and unhealthy, and create an unhealthy amount of build up that would be equally hard to get out with one wash. You would need more than one wash. Anyway, I don't want to go on a rant about that. Let's talk about my hair. Cool. So when it comes to my locks, I am really happy with how much they have blossomed over the past 20 months or so. Like, for example, now they're a lot thicker, and it's starting to become, or this set of locks actually is starting to become the set of locks that I imagined when I first started. It was really difficult on day one to imagine what my hair would look like now and possibly what it would look like in the future. I just couldn't link the two, but now I see it. I see the vision, I hear the vision, I feel the vision. I'll tell you that for free. I feel the vision, mate. So for me, this is what I love, okay? This is what I love. This is the stage where I feel now that I don't need to retwist as often, but I can up how much I wash my hair, for instance. Now, as long as, you know, I keep to my regular routines of moisturizing and listening to my hair, I'm good. I'm Gucci. I don't know if it's just me, but one thing I have found now that I am 20 months locked and this far along in my lock journey is I'm not hung up on partings. So at the back is vibes, is pure vibes, yeah. But when I used to start my lock journey, or like start with my starter locks, I mean, at the back I would just be there like obsessing over my parts. Why? Looking back, I understand why I did, yeah, but I'm converted now. I actually really appreciate the look of unperfect parts. I just feel like it adds more to the look of the lock, and if anything, it's actually a little bit more healthier because you're not trying to force the hair to go into any lock. You're just letting it kind of flow, and then if there are any locks that have married, then of course you separate them, etc, etc. But I think for the most part, I'm just not obsessed with my partings, especially at the back. Now at the front, I think I'm obsessed with kind of line by line, but in between the locks, pure vibes. I can't lie to you, pure vibes, and I'm never going to change that. I think that's the most comfortable method for me, because also I'm super tender-headed now. I don't have the time to be parting and reparting and parting and reparting my hair. And obviously partings is kind of a preference thing. Some people still really appreciate clean, crispy parts later on in their journey, and some people don't, and some people are in between, and I think I'm one of those people who are in between. And I thank myself for it every time, because the headaches I used to get in the starter lock phase, because I was parting and reparting just because I wanted a crisp retwist, I don't know who sent me. Yeah, so we are thankful for hindsight. We are thankful for just listening to our hair, like I said before. So this video has already been sped up in 2 times speed, but we're just going to speed it up a little bit more, and I'll be back when we're done. How rude of me. How can I forget to mention my skunk stripe? How rude of me. How rude of me. Okay, so I recently dyed my hair, I think in August, and I retwisted my hair in September. So yeah, it's been about a month. That's why you can see the regrowth on my skunk stripe area. But essentially, this is my signature now. I love a skunk stripe. I think the question is now, do I stick with the red or do I change the colour? I haven't really decided. I think I've enjoyed the fact that it's red because previously I was like a ginger copper kind of colour with my skunk, but now I'm kind of thinking, ooh, should I not? Should I go do something a little bit more eccentric and experimental, like purple or a pink or a blue? Or should I just stick with a red? Purple's quite easy to go to because it's in the same colour family, so I won't be doing too much to change my colour. I just have to wait for this to kind of rinse out. I'm not really one to bleach twice over my locks. I'm not that type of person. I fear my locks falling out, okay? So I don't, colour remover, I don't do that. I'd rather just weigh it over or deposit something darker on top. That's the way I like to do it, and I find it's a lot safer. Anyway, so purple could be quite easy for me to do because it's quite close to each other on the colour wheel, so you know, less processing. And then I really love the jet black against it. I think the contrast is chef's kiss, sensational. So I actually think I might do that next, but I haven't decided when. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy the red. I am now in my red era. Do you know what they always say when they say, oh, when you dye your hair red you just change? And I kind of believe it. There's something in my aura. I'm not even trying to be that person, but there's something in my aura. So I really love this hair color. I think it's now become a part of me, a part of who I am, just like how my locks are now a part of me. My hair color is now a part of me. But I need to touch up this color soon because at the roots it's actually the red is actually gone and it's just changed to blonde. So I need to touch up the color. I might film a video on that and it might be up by the time this video is live. This is a couple hours later. I just took out the clips, gave my locks a good shake, and this eats. What's 4 plus 4? 8. I love this retwist, and I don't gel my edges. So these are the results. Just beautiful. I'm really in love with my hair. I'm at that stage now. I'm really at that stage now. I just love my hair. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts about your locks as well. Talk to me in the comments. Let's have a conversation, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace.